Hey guys, welcome back to K-pop FTW. Now we're going to bring you another news story, actually two more news stories in this video. So make sure to subscribe to the channel and let's begin. So this article is called NCT's Taeyong admits to bullying, personally apologizes to his middle school classmate he hurt. Yeah, it says he apologized to his classmate in person. So what we're going to do once again, if you're not familiar with our channel guys, is we're going to read some news articles and just give you our opinion on them. So it's kind of like reacting to the news. Okay.
NCT's Taeyong was previously accused of having bad behavior during middle school, such as being homophobic towards a classmate and bullying a classmate. It was confirmed by WikiTree that Taeyong did indeed write the comment that was said to be homophobic, but the comment was not made with malicious intent, as the person the comment was directed to was a friend of his. Taeyong was close to the person that he wrote that to, so there were no bad feelings at all from it, says WikiTree.
The victim of bullying by Taeyong and his friends came out to say that all they wanted was an apology from him. I've lived in pain for years after the incident. I just wanted to ask you why you did it and to receive a sincere apology. So clearly there was some malicious intent, but I'll leave that for later. When the victim tried to make Taeyong's past action public knowledge, the victim instead was accused of spreading false information and rumors, causing the victim to suffer more and live in fear.
It was a wound that I couldn't wash away. My feelings were being represented by someone else. I was reduced to being someone who was spreading rumors. The victim sent SM Entertainment an email saying that they would like an apology in person, but there was no reply from SM. However, Taeyong returned from the United States on October 11th, after Taeyong returned from the United States on October 11th, he decided to meet with one of the victims. Here, Taeyong admitted to his actions and apologized to the victim directly.
The two people faced each other for the first time in 10 years. The victim shed tears while they sat in silence for nearly 1 hour. After calming down, the victim faced Taeyong again. Taeyong was the first person to say something, bowing his head in apology. He admitted to his past wrongdoings and sincerely apologized. It has been a long time since I saw this friend, and I am upset that I am meeting them over something like this. Honestly, I have never once felt at ease because of this. Every day, dozens of times, I think, why was I like that? And feel regret.
The victim listened to Taeyong's every word and felt sincerity from his apology. Eventually, after more than 2 hours of talking with each other, the victim decided to forgive Taeyong. At the time, I was very poor with how I expressed myself. I would like to sincerely apologize for my thoughtless remarks and actions.
So yeah, it just kind of goes on to say, like, SM Entertainment also comment on the issue. Recently, Taeyong's personally apologized to his friend from middle school that was hurt by his mistakes. We already know that. The friend accepted his apology, so they're basically just giving us like a follow-up. It says, in addition, Taeyong expressed his regret to his friend who was unable to get in contact with him. Taeyong will not forget about his past and will use it in every way to help show him how to grow up and become a better person and act properly with a humble mindset. Thank you. So that's how the article ends.
That was SM Entertainment.
That was them.
Oh, wow.
Oh man.
This is a bad look for SM.
They look so terrible in this. Like, they only got back to this person because Taeyong did, so it makes it seem like, oh, we told him to go. That's such a bad
the optics look terrible. Like, you should have gotten back to this person. I want to kind of talk about the victim not being believed in the first place.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, the victim... It's really sad because whenever these things happen, whenever anyone hears something negative about some of their favorite celebrities, some of their favorite K-pop stars, people love to chalk it up to, oh, it's just, it's just a hater. It's just like, it's just, what do they call them? A Saesung fan that's trying to ruin their reputation. And, it can be true sometimes. Sometimes people do try to just ruin the reputation of celebrities and stuff like that because they have no lives themselves, or they're just jealous or whatever the case is. But it's sad that that's kind of the first reaction, I don't know.
Yeah, it's
that
true.
These people have.
It's true, and it's because they catapult their favorites to like this god status, where like they used to always talk about like their faves being perfect, their perfect angels, stuff like that. Appa didn't mean it. It was a popular term back like even a couple years ago. So I think that's part of where this comes from. That whole idea of these people are perfect. They don't have childhood bullying issues. They don't have, like any sort of behavioral issues of the past. And no, like he's real. He's real. He's like, no, I can face what I did, and I can face the person I hurt and apologize. He's human.
Yeah. I'm glad that he's showing some growth. I don't know that if I were the victim, I don't know. I mean, I would like a check, please.
I know.
You can write me up a check and apologize. I'll take my apologies in cash, please. But but it's nice to see that he made strides towards reconciling with this person, because, I don't understand. There's a part of the article that said that, the homophobic words were said without malicious intent, and there's no slurs that you can call somebody that's not said with malicious intent. I don't believe that. That's a personal belief of mine, but I don't believe you can call people slurs, without malicious intent. But anyways, all right. Sorry for the interruption, guys. But yeah, that's to conclude the last statement, my last point there. I just don't believe that you can call somebody some kind of slur without any malicious intent. It's just, as a joke, even it's in bad taste. It's in very poor taste.
It is. And it's like, that's supposed to be your friend as well, which makes it even more strange. I guess people figure, well, I can speak to my friends a certain way because they'll understand because they're friends. But you know what? It's funny. Like, I don't know how WikiTree found out about this whole thing, but they claimed that Taeyong was close with the person, so there was no bad feelings. And then in the next line, literally, it says, I've lived in pain for years after the incident. So who exactly were they speaking to, to confirm that, like, this person wasn't affected? It's really strange. Like, I hope that wasn't Taeyong that had said that at any point, because you can't measure the amount of pain and abuse you cause to people, It's like someone punching someone and then being like, oh, come on, that didn't hurt.
Yeah.
Like, you hit. You didn't get to feel how that felt, so... that was interesting.
I would just add to that shoot, now I forgot. I agree with that.
I think at the end of the day, do you believe that Taeyong is actually sorry? Do you believe that deep inside that he's changed from when he was a child? And do you think people can change? Do you think that maybe Taeyong has changed?
Well, yes. But I think that there were a lot of things that contributed to that also, because this is tough to say. I'm not Taeyong. I'm not in this, but I do know
just
that.
Your opinion.
Yeah, I do know that this was something that was brought up, and it is a point of shame for him.
So you think maybe he feels more shame than actual guilt? Sorry, I don't want to get into it too much.
We don't have a lot of time. And that's the thing. He may, and in good faith, then, he's grown up and he's seen, he's with more maturity. Also, he might have been an insecure person back then. I mean, think of people in high school, people in middle school. They're insecure, that they've done terrible things, that made bad decisions. There's a ton of people who fall under that category. So I'm not trying to hold him to a standard that's different than anybody else. But I do know that also being in the public light does contribute to, because of there's all those eyes on you. When your past is kind of put out before now the world, there's a deeper shame there. And if that didn't help him maybe it helped him to grow, maybe it just worsens the pain that he felt. I'm glad that it did bring him to a place of more maturity now, and people can use this, even people who have done similarly in their past or are doing the same thing at a middle school age or a high school age as Taeyong. Hopefully they can learn from what he's saying now, and he can use his life as just like a good example for these people to follow.
For sure. I do think that it did cause him some shame to be in the public eye and to have his past brought up to him. I think also because he was in the public eye and he's being scrutinized constantly by netizens and then also worldwide because he's got an American fan base as well. I think he knows how it feels now to have rumors spread about you. I'm sure he's read some nasty things that were probably untrue about himself. I do believe that he knows how it feels. He knows how it feels to be verbally abused by others. And I think that now he can actually relate to his victim, and he can't claim that they didn't feel anything or they were just friends or something. Yeah, anyways, very interesting article. Very interesting how SM came out at the last minute to try to save their own selves as well.
I think that potentially makes them look even worse, that they just came out and reached out to that victim only afterwards. But I mean, again,
it's a bad look. But SM has not been the best example of dealing with rumors and dealing with situations in the past. But anyways, I hope you guys liked this video. We are going to end it here because I do believe that we
went through it thoroughly enough.
Yeah. Definitely leave your comments in the comment section. What do you think of this article? Do you guys think that Taeyong has changed? Do you guys think that people can change? Thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.